Alright, let's talk about Jill Dando, because her murder is just one of those chilling mysteries that refuses to fade away even decades later. I'm guessing you know the headline. In April 1999, Jill Dando, a popular British TV presenter, was shot dead right outside her own house in London. The whole thing was quick, brutal, and honestly, barely believable. She was at her place in Fulham around 11:30 in the morning. She wasn't living there regularly. She was between homes, selling one, moving in with her fiancé, and it's wild to think that whoever planned this somehow caught her at a time when almost nobody knew she'd be there. Jill parked the car, walked up to her front door, and was basically ambushed. The killer grabbed her from behind, forced her down, and fired a single shot into the left side of her head. She died instantly. A neighbor heard a scream, thought maybe it was someone surprising a friend, but didn't hear the gunshot itself. The killer pressed the pistol hard against her skull, so the sound of the shot was kind of absorbed. The weapon wasn't typical. It turned out to be a modified blank-firing pistol with a customized bullet, which some people say hints at a professional job, someone with technical know-how, at least. Police arrived, started searching for answers, and ended up looking at a guy named Barry George. He lived nearby, had a history of stalking, and was spotted in the area around the time of the murder. His trial was messy. There weren't any witnesses who actually saw him at the crime. The evidence was all circumstantial. Gunpowder residue found on his coat was the strongest link, but there were legitimate questions about contamination. He was convicted in 2001 and served 8 years before being acquitted in a retrial, meaning officially he's innocent, and no one else has ever been charged. A lot of theories are floating out there, and frankly, nobody can say for sure which one is right. Here's how it breaks down. First, the stalker angle. Jill was famous. She had dealt with unwanted attention before, including letters and even someone posing as a Serb who criticized her coverage of the Kosovo War. Still, police never found evidence that any obsessed fan was actively stalking her in the weeks before her death. And the lack of any real clues makes you wonder if this was more calculated than just a random act by a crazy fan. The hitman theory. This one gets tossed around a lot. Just before she was killed, Jill had done major charity work for Kosovar refugees, which had put her in the public eye and, by the rumors, at odds with some Serbian factions unhappy over NATO's involvement in the Balkans. Some say her murder was retaliation from Serbian extremists, and the weapon's odd modifications and execution-style shooting do lend a bit of credibility to the idea. New evidence popped up recently, like facial comparison experts thinking the mystery suspect resembled a Serbian assassin named Milorad Ulimek. There are witnesses who swear the man seen running away looked just like him, but hard proof still missing. There's also the revenge motive thing. Someone angry about her work on Crimewatch, the BBC show where she asked for public help solving crimes. The logic goes, maybe one of the criminals she helped expose wanted payback. But like most things with this case, there's no solid trail. Surveillance footage from the area didn't catch anyone clearly, and police were left with a ton of questions. As time passes, it's hard not to notice how oddly neat the crime scene was. The killer didn't try to hide or run away frantically, they just walked off, almost calmly. The gun was expertly modified, and there were no fingerprints, no clear DNA, no obvious connections. Some folks say that's almost too competent for an average stalker, but maybe not enough for an elite professional. It raises questions about whether someone with some training, but not spy movie level, could have pulled it off. Whoever did it, they've managed to keep their identity secret all these years. Authorities are still looking into new evidence. Even as recently as 2024, there have been calls by former police chiefs to reinvestigate the Serbian hitman angle seriously, especially since credible experts and witnesses suggest possible links. So who killed Jill Dando? Truth is, it's still unsolved. The only person ever charged, Barry George, was acquitted, and all the theories stalker, hitman, revenge from a criminal have holes poked in them. All we know is she was killed quickly and quietly by someone who practically vanished into the London streets. People close to the case and those who care about real justice are still hoping for the day when the mystery is cracked wide open. Until then, Jill Dando's murder remains one of TV's darkest real-world whodunits.